Farms rose tree. Oh my gosh, it might be our prettiest one yet, and at one of the best prices we've done this season. In fact, we've never presented this at this low price. So here's what it is. You know, tree roses have been really, really hot this year. I bought an orange one. It's already doing great. It exceeded my expectations when it came. I love my rose tree from Cottage Farms that I bought this year so much that I said, can we please do another rose tree in the show? And then Cottage Farms goes, well, what about that 2-in-1? And I said, are you kidding me? Look at this thing. Cherry red and lavender roses on the same tree, which not only makes it so beautiful, like you're the expert gardener, it also means 2 times the flowers because it's 2 really grafted into 1. Katie Dubau is here with us from Cottage Farms. Katie, you might have saved the prettiest one for last in the season.
Oh,
so good to see you.
I'm
my
so
gosh.
excited.
So, you know, earlier this year, I bought a tree rose from Cottage Farms after I presented it in this show. Katie said I would see roses in 60 days or so. I got to tell you, that's going to happen. It is already, they are so healthy when they come.
I know. Every time I see Pat, she got one too. And every time I see her, she's like, my tree rose is, you know, when it was first just started to blossom.
Nice.
It's coming out. Now their blooms are coming out.
You guys,
it really will bloom in 60 to 90 days.
What they send you is shockingly beautiful. And then this is a perennial. It's going to look like this year after year after year and just get better. Okay, tell me about this idea of 2-in-1.
So we have grafted, which means basically we've married the 2 different roses atop a really sturdy stem. So the trunk here is going to be one of the hardier roses. So this actually is hardy in zone 6 through 9. So it stretches the rose zone for mini roses a little bit. So that's great to know. And then that means you only have 1 trunk. So this is something, it is so unusual or hard to find. Tree roses are having a moment this year, as we've talked about, but they're really, really special. But being able to have 2 colors, so same roots, easy to plant, and then it grows up and it's intermingled. You can see here how there are 2 colors. They're not just coming out one on one side, one on the other. They are going to bloom like it's so cool. Designed bouquet.
And it's cherry red and lavender. And I think about this combination. Now, in a tree rose, it's really new, but the red and lavender combination is very classic. That's why people like to plant lavender by their red roses. It is such a pretty combo.
It's a pretty combo, and the lavender is such an unusual rose color as well. And you can see with mini roses, if you have never grown mini roses before, I should tell you that they are so rewarding because it blooms like an annual. And I know that's one of the things that you really love is like when you're going to plant something, you want to get the maximum bloom power out of it. I love this
the veg truck planters are like $36.
I saw that. I saw that. And the natural is beautiful. I think it looks really stunning.
But the white would work, the charcoal would work, any of the veg truck colors.
I think actually the square of the planter and the rounded shape of this look really nice together. It's very sharp.
So if you're getting the tree rose, get the planter. You'll be so happy. Can we show how this comes?
Yes.
So this is what you're getting. One of the healthiest, most vigorous bare roots ever. Katie always says, and you can explain to everybody, as a gardener who has access to everything, you want bare root.
Yeah, I love bare root because we told you you'll get roses faster. The way I like to think of it is that this rose is living in not super hospitable conditions right now. Like it's looking for a home, and if you put it in your soil, it's going to develop really strong roots. If you buy a potted rose, it already has a really nice, comfortable home, and so being transplanted makes it a little bit more difficult for it. So taking a bare root rose is easier for you to plant. In fact, I'll just show you right now. And I have a stake here. This is just a plastic stake with a twist tie. Nothing super fancy. If you have a bamboo stake or even, you know, an old tomato cage.
I have found, so I did stake it because you told me to. I really almost didn't have to though. These are so sturdy and strong. Take Katie's advice. I'm just telling you mine right now at home. I almost feel like my rose is holding up my stake.
Well,
you know what I mean? No, I'm serious. It's like so sturdy.
We really want to set you up for success, and I think that you know what you're doing. You know how deep to plant it, which you want to plant it up to the base of where it was growing, where you cover up all the roots. So basically, then I just twist tie it to the stake, and voila, you're done. You've planted it in. You'll want to water it right when you plant it, and then after that, you don't want to fertilize it yet. especially because this is a rose, it's going to be really hungry, and especially because it's growing in a container. You're going to want to make sure that you do feed it. We have a great fertilizer that is made for roses.
I just bought this off of QVC.com yesterday because now my rose has so many leaves on it that I'm like, oh, I'm going to get that fertilizer. So this is totally worth it. $39.98, 50 pieces. This will last you multiple seasons.
Yeah, it's just one per 1 gallon of water when you're watering your tree. Now this is a big pot. This is like a 18-inch pot. How big is that veg truck?
This is 15.
15.
Yeah,
so
15.
Either way, do that whole gallon of water when you are watering. The water will run out the bottom. It will only take what it needs. But don't start to fertilize your roses until you start to see that new growth.
Yeah, I literally just bought it yesterday. All right, Ginger has questions from our audience.
Yeah, so Ellen was asking if they're fragrant. She wants to know if they're really fragrant.
Oh, Ellen, thank you for asking. They have a very, very mild fragrance. So most mini roses are bred for disease resistance and for size and bloom power, which balloons out some of that fragrance. So it would be a very, very, very light.
Yeah, I'm here with them, and it's not that I don't smell anything, but you're not really purchasing these for the fragrance. You're purchasing them for the flower power and then this unique combination of red and lavender on the same tree.
So gorgeous. I mean, gorgeous. And in the planter, it looks amazing.
I think too. I mean, obviously, if you can swing it, I know that, you know, the tree roses, it could be a lot for your budget, just one, but to frame a doorway.
Oh my gosh.
They need full sun.
Stunning.
Yeah, they do need full sun.
They do need full sun. Now, what's going to happen if you live, like we're zone 7 here, these are good from 9 to 6.
Yeah.
What happens in the winter? Like, how am I going to make sure that next year I get roses again?
So if you are outside of that zone, you can do a couple things. You can pull it in your garage. If you're right on the edge of the zone, you can just pull it up close to the house. So those are the two options. And once it's in the garage, it goes dormant. You don't need to think about water. Now, maybe water it once.
If I'm between like 6 and 9 though, can I just leave it as is?
Just leave it as is.
Nice, that's what I wanted to hear. I wanted to hear, I'm zone 7, I'm just going, right here in Pennsylvania, I'm just going to leave it right in its spot in the corner of my deck. I actually put it in the corner of my deck, so when I pull my car into my driveway, I can see that corner of the deck. I want to pull every day when I pull into my house. I want to see my orange roses. Now I got the orange. I have to tell you, I'm so excited about it, but I am having a little bit of FOMO, fear of missing out on this, because I'm like, maybe I should have gotten this one too. It is the lavender and red roses.
They're so pretty, and they really do bloom so well. They bloom up and down the stem, so it will be so dense with roses. You will love looking at this burst of color all summer long.
I really recommend you get the veg truck planter too. It looks so pretty, like it was made for this rose. $36 for that planter. And then tell me about the warranty, Katie.
Yes, this is a perennial, which means it's a great investment. It comes back year after year. So we guarantee this plant for an entire year. So please, for any reason, if you're dissatisfied, please get in touch with us at that email address on the screen. And you can always find me at Katie Garden Girl. If you have any trouble, please do get in touch.
Thanks, Katie. Those are gorgeous. Okay, Durasac. This has been, now for a couple years, one of our most popular